Welcome to Wine Chats with Bildo and Lindelin. My name is Billy Milovanovic, aka Bildo.
And my name's Lindsay Kirkwood, also known as Lindelin.
And this is an offensively funny podcast about drinking wine and chatting life. Hope you enjoy! Hey girl, what's up?
Oh God, today's going to be a doozy, people. A doozy.
Are you nervous about doing this topic, or is it just like me?
No, I think it's just you. I'm not nervous. We're talking about you called it the gender crisis.
It is a gender crisis, people. We're going through something here.
Yes. And all the different types of gender identities, I guess.
Yes.
So because we tend to stick our feet in our mouths quite often, I'm sure we will in this episode.
Yes.
But
we don't mean to. Like, it's
exactly.
not. It's not from coming we're not coming from like a bad place where we like want people to be attacked. And next week's episode is actually going to be about bullying and harassment of people who are different, who swing different ways, whatever. Because that shit is serious and people like seriously get hurt. But it's also very confusing for like people. Like, society is changing and it's confusing, and we have a lot of opinions about it. So sorry in advance.
Exactly.
For all the things that Lindsay's going to say. Apologies. We're also giving it a crack going on live on Facebook. So
yeah, we used to. And
we used to do a few different lives, didn't we?
Yeah, and then we're like, oh, let's fuck them all off. But now, look, we just thought, hi, Facebook.
So hi, Facebook. Yeah.
But I hate the coloring. Is this the way it shows up for them?
Lindsay, don't worry about it, okay?
Oh, God.
It does say something about it being something's too low, but
yeah,
and it wants me to action something. I'm not going to do it.
Maybe that's why we fucked it off before.
Give me some wine.
Okay, so I'll pour the wine. We're actually going to have a Sauv Blanc from Cedar and Pine. Billy, you said you weren't going to do anything, and now I'm here holding your glass. Great, thanks.
You're doing so good.
I know. Yeah, so Cedar and Pine, it's a wine bar
Yes.
down in Wynnum, in like Brisbane area-ish. And her labels, it's actually pretty funny. And God, I need to wear my glasses more often now.
You keep talking. I'll adjust your
fixing
microphone.
my mic? Okay. Fill my glass. I just divorced that ass. But no, now,
It's too far.
can you stop?
Yeah.
Hands off my mic. For God's sakes. Anywho.
Love it. I love these labels, love these wines. We
Hilarious.
presume this is a Sauv Blanc, did you say? Because there's no, it doesn't say on the bottle. All it says is that she got divorced, but she didn't tell us what wine she's celebrating with. So,
does it matter really if you're happy that you've divorced his ass?
No. And the difference between like a Sauv Blanc and like a Pinot Grigio, to me, like same. A little bit of a different color. You could tell me anything and I'll believe you. You know what I'm saying?
All the actual wine people just shook their head in disgust at you, Billy.
I feel like they probably shake their head in disgust at me all the time.
Yeah, probably.
Like, none of that would surprise me. Okay, cheers.
Well, the color looks nice. It looks like a Chardonnay to me.
I wouldn't say Chardonnay. I would say Sauv Blanc. Oh, look,
but you know how
what am I talking about? I don't know what I'm talking about.
You just said two grapes were the same. But you know how Chardonnays have like that buttery yellow color?
Well, let me taste it and I'll be able to tell you what wine it is after I taste it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. Did we cheers?
We did.
Okay.
You want to do it again?
No.
Go
not
on.
really, no.
Go on. All right.
Yeah. Now, look, I have a head cold, so my taste buds are all out of whack. And it needs to be a lot colder.
That actually could be a Chardonnay.
It to me, it kind of has like that.
It has some sort of aftertaste, doesn't it?
Like,
There's like
is that a Chardonnay? I don't know.
I don't know. Now you just like confuse my senses by giving me possibilities. Oh, wow. This is my brain.
Look.
Okay. It's a wine. It's nice.
Is it?
You should.
I don't know. I have a head cold. Don't listen to me. But definitely go to the wine bar because it's actually a cute wine bar.
I've never been, but I hear great things.
It's great. I've
Yes.
been there once. I mean, I really should go back because
We really should go back. We should just go and have a lunch there, Lenny.
Yeah.
I keep trying to get Lenny to go on like a date or a weekend or something with me. So far, all she's done is like laugh, like, you know, and not really commit. So I'm hoping maybe one of these days she will take me out and spend a weekend with me.
Have you dreamt about these invitations?
Didn't I just ask you before? I'm like, let's go away.
Oh, well, yeah. Dude, that was 2 seconds ago. I will go away with
Lindsay,
you.
why isn't it in your calendar already?
Oh, my God.
Okay, anyway, we should go away.
Jesus.
We have things to
Talk about.
not talk about.
Not talk about.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. So, last week when we talked about all the different types of sexuality identities, right?
Yes.
And we were both blown away with how many there are.
Yes.
So many.
Yes.
Like it's not
30
just
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so many.
I thought it was just like gay and straight and like bisexual.
Yeah.
The list went on.
Yes.
So this is kind of the same with the gender identity terminology.
Because honestly, like gender identity, I could think maybe I would say there would be like 3 or 4,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, on this list that I found, or that Google lovingly gave me, there's 8.
8
8
different genders.
Yeah. Gender identity
Gender
terms,
identity. And this is
okay?
what I'm getting really confused with, because obviously there's science of like this, there's gender,
Exactly.
right? And then there's like what people are identifying as.
that is the difference, because to us, we think gender, well, there's boy and girl.
Yes.
Like,
and
what else is
a
there?
bit of in between. Like sometimes you come with both bits. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
But now it's the identifying as that adds to the list, if that makes
Look,
sense.
let's just go through the list, because obviously
Yes.
we've got things to say.
We do. Okay. Agender or agender. Not like 2 different words.
Agenda.
Not agenda.
Right.
Agender.
Yeah.
But like that's 2 words. Like 1 word. Oh my
What?
God. 1 word. It sounds like I'm saying a gender.
Yes, it does.
But I'm not. It's
Okay.
like a gender. Like
Okay,
all
like-
1 word.
Okay.
Okay. An identity which describes someone who either does not identify with any gender, identifies as gender neutral, and or identities outside of gender binary. Some gender people also identify as non-binary and or transgender.
Okay,
so
that's
fucking confusing.
No, I understood that like asexual. So
Yes,
you know, asexual
yes,
people
yes.
just have no like wanting to, they can be romantic, but they're not about the sex.
You are 100% correct.
I'm assuming that that's kind of the same thing. It's just
Exactly.
hard. I think it's hard for us to understand, because we obviously don't feel that way.
Yeah.
So anyway, go on.
But I just find like same with the sexuality identities, and I'm not knocking them. I just find it's like such a square,
Straighty 180, yes.
exactly,
Yes.
straighty 180. Like it's your mind just there's so much. Like
Yes.
it's confusing, and this is I think a lot of our argument about this whole world right now.
Yes, it's
how
literally,
confusing
I call it a
is.
crisis. It is, to me, it's a crisis. we don't know what's happening.
Of our brains,
Of our
Crisis
brains, of our
brains.
society.
Yeah.
It's a crisis of society.
So cisgender, which is CIS. Now, do you know?
Yes.
Oh, whoa! Calm down. You're feisty. No, I think you're confused.
I know what cisgender is.
Yeah, us.
Well, actually, us. That's
It's
right.
us. So refers to a person who identifies with the sex, gender, and gender roles they were assigned at birth. Why assigned? Why not like that you were born with? But anyways, typically,
Yeah,
with-
exactly. No one's assigning anything to it. It's not like that you come out and you're like, you're going to be a plumber, you're going to be a farmer, you're going to,
Yeah.
like, that's assigning.
Like,
you're
you
not
have a penis, you're a boy. You have a vagina, you're a girl. Calm down, people. We know that's
Chill.
an issue.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, it's a baby. Like, we've just gotten
Yeah.
it. It's out in the world.
So that's people that say they're a boy when they were born a boy, basically.
Yes.
A girl.
Yes.
So that's us.
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
Go on.
go.
No. I was like, I don't know what point do I come in on this. Like, I just get annoyed because now this
Yeah.
is what people are saying. Like, oh, people call us as cis women now.
That's where sorry, I'm yelling in the mic. Billy hates that. That's where this cis thing comes from.
Right.
Because okay, let's talk about that in a second.
Yeah. So I'm like, do I come in now? Do I come in later? Let's talk about it. Let's park it. Let's learn
yes.
about these first.
Because Billy, yes, you were telling me about this and I had no idea what you were talking about. Okay. So non-binary. Both a specific identity and an umbrella term to describe a person who identifies outside of the male-female gender binary. Some non-binary people also identify as transgender. See, I get confused. Okay.
That's really confusing. So
Yeah.
wait, they're not, and I think this is an important one to understand. So
Yeah.
non-binary, they're not, so like, let's say I'm born a woman, I grow up, I don't feel like I'm a woman or a man.
Yes.
I have no gender that I identify with. Is
But
that
then,
right?
yeah, but then you can identify as transgender. But I don't know how you can identify as transgender when you're not identifying as a specific gender to begin with.
And this is where I think it gets confusing, and this is where I think people themselves are confused about this.
Yes,
because
and part of our ignorance too,
Yes.
because we don't understand that world.
yes,
right?
but then if you are changing your gender, you're saying I'm not this gender, I'm going to be a different gender, but then you're saying I have no gender.
That's the way I read it, but I think we
So
must
I'm
be
really
missing
confused as well.
something.
Like I feel like if you're non-binary and then transgender, it's a bit confusing. Like if you're non-binary, if you're not about any gender,
yeah, which we
then
get.
you can, which we get. I get that part fine.
Yeah.
Then like, what's the deal with changing your your body over, because then you obviously must feel like the different gender, you know what I mean? Which then means you're attached to it. Anyway, go on. This is when it's a good thing to have guests, because we don't have guests. We don't do that because, you know.
Well, it would be good to have.
It would be good to have somebody say, like, this is what it feels like inside of me. But you can go on TikTok for that. There's a bunch of that. That's where I got all my research. So.
Wow. Okay. This one I get. Ready? Yes. Man. Easy. Okay.
We got him.
We don't even need to read that. Okay.
Penis.
Yeah. Okay. Transgender.
Okay.
So a person whose gender identity does not align with the sex, gender, and or gender roles they were assigned at birth.
Cool.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah, we get that one.
Yep.
That one's easy. I get that. Yep. Another easy one. Woman.
How are we so far down the list?
What?
How are we so far down?
I don't know.
Like what? We had to go through like 6 different genders to get to woman? Can you tell us what a woman is? Because it seems to be that there's a huge debate about what a woman is these days. So
and this is cis woman. Okay, so a person who, regardless of their sex assigned at birth, What?
See? Okay, go read it again. Go.
This is actually going to make me angry
because this is why I've been angry about this. Go on.
And I didn't read man and woman because I'm like, well, that's a no-brainer.
Go read them.
Okay, this is word for word. Oh, yeah, maybe I should.
Yeah, go back to man.
Yeah, same thing. Oh my God. Okay, a person who, regardless of their sex assigned at birth, identifies as a man. The term cisgender man or cis man describes someone who was assigned male at birth and identifies as a man. The term transgender man or trans man describes someone who was assigned female at birth and identifies as a man.
Yep.
Okay.
To me, it seems more like clear what a trans woman and a trans man is than what a man and a woman is these days. Do you know what I mean? Because now we're bringing in this whole identity thing.
Yeah.
And Cambridge, the Cambridge dictionaries have also, the Oxford Dictionary has changed the definition of woman in the dictionary to say somebody who identifies as a woman, not like a man, like an adult female.
This is what, not going to be rude.
Have we gone through all the...
No. Let's just finish it.
Yeah.
Because
Lindsay's
that's not
pissed.
even my confusion. Exactly. That's me being pissed. I get really frustrated because I feel like now we're getting like, who the fuck are we? Like everybody should just be on the same playing field. Like
this is what I've been saying to you. Like this whole like cis thing is starting to piss me off so hard because to be honest, like I didn't need a label to be put on me for a small group of people to feel comfortable. And no offense, like I want everybody to feel comfortable. It's not about that. But then you're taking away what womanhood is and saying that now anybody can identify. So like men are now coming into our spaces identifying as women and being like, well, you need to give me the same, rights that women have. And it's like, no, I fucking don't.
No, that's not the way it works.
It's a whole thing. Anyway, go on.
There's only 2 more. So gender not listed above. That's literally one of them.
What?
Gender not listed above.
Is that what it's called?
Yes. This is, again, why it gets so confusing. Yeah. We know and respect that some students may identify with a gender other than the identities listed on this page.
Sure.
What are they? Alien? Like, I don't get it. If your gender identity is not provided in the selected terms, like the ones listed, please encourage to select this option. Okay.
This is a uni, obviously, of some sort. Or
Okay. Or prefer not to answer those people.
Oh, right. Yes, sure. So there's actually 6 genders, really. It's like transgender man, transgender woman, man, woman, and then...
Look...
And then the non-binary. So it's like 5. I don't know what the 6th one was. It's confusing. And this is why I say it's a gender crisis. It seems to me like we're going through something as a society that's like that we can't really even explain. Obviously, people are... I don't know whether it's happening more or we're talking about it more, this age-old, question. But like something is obviously happening and society is obviously changing and people are confused. People are confused. We're coming out. We are confused. We are teaching our children to be confused. Mm-hmm. There are no boundaries and it's like, it's cool.
Yeah.
I don't mind that we're changing and that we're trying to do things a little differently. I think there's space in the world for everyone and everything and that's totally cool. Yeah. Absolutely. But now it's like they're shoving this new idealism down our throat where everybody's like what you were saying, like you want everybody to be an even playing field, and that's kind of what they're trying to create, is an even playing field by saying, I'm this and that, and like you need to respect that.
Yeah. And I'm going
because
to
you get respect automatically for being a woman, but it's like, first of all, we still don't.
Yeah.
Like women are still fighting a really uphill battle, and now we're fighting an uphill battle against men turning into women who are telling us that we need to respect them in our space.
Yeah.
And it's like, at what point do we then just get our own fucking space to be safe and to be who we were born to be? Because I feel like that's being taken away from us.
Yeah.
And then they put these like cisgender labels on us to identify us as women who are born as women and who identify as women still. For what? For you to tell me that you were a man turned into a woman identifying as a non-gender. That's like, it's like respect goes both ways. I feel like you can't, you know what I mean? Like that's
because this whole cis woman, you asked me ages ago, you're like, do you know what cis woman is?
Yes.
I'm like, what? I don't even know
this is
what
where this whole idea episode started.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't even know what word you just typed, like typo. That's like that. I don't know what you're talking about. So this is only literally just come to me now as I'm reading those. So like, I just feel...
What pisses you off? Is it because it's an instinctual thing, right? So what is it that upsets you?
Two things annoy me. That it's so, I just find it very confusing now. And I feel as a parent, and don't come at me, but I feel when I think of my kids who are only 5, 7, and 9, but my eldest who's approaching that age in his life where he's understanding sexualities and like all this kind of stuff. Yeah. And like, I'm all down for him saying like, oh, so men can get married and women can get married. Like, I get that. Like, that's cool. And I am so open to everybody being who they are. Like, don't get me wrong. It may seem like I'm not with what I'm saying, but I really am. But I'm scared for our kids to try and figure all of this sexuality stuff out in their head when we as a whole, as society, maybe not as whole, but a majority of society, we can't even as adults get our head wrapped around it. And we're tiptoeing around it. And it's like, well, am I a woman still? Like, I don't know. These people are saying I'm not a woman, or they want to be a woman. But then if they're a woman, what am I? And like, oh, so I'm not a woman now. I'm a cis woman, or are they a cis woman? Like, it's so confusing. So how are our little people supposed to figure out? And like, I just picture Bane, my eldest, him going, well, am I a boy? I don't know. Am I a boy? Well, he's a boy, but he's a girl. But she's a girl now. She wants to be a boy. Like, I feel like it's actually going to be detrimental to society. It's not making a good thing.
1,000%. And I think like if Bane came to you and said, Mum, like, am I a boy? Like, I feel like a girl. I feel different. I feel like a cat. I feel like a whatever.
Yeah.
Like, cool. You would support that child.
Yeah.
You would support your child no matter what.
Yeah.
That is the message that should be coming out. Support your children in however they feel. If they come to you and say, Mum, I feel this and that because I read this on YouTube or I saw this on YouTube or whatever, talk to your children and explain and accept them whichever way they come. I want a society where my daughter comes home with her wife, with her whatever, whoever you want to love, come home and bring the person you want to love, bring them into my home. I will love them too. Yeah. I don't care what you like. I don't care what form you come in. Like, and I mean, I say that now, obviously my kids are still really young and I hope I live to see them bring home the one that they love and that I can be as accepting as what I say I am now, because I truly am. Like, what's the problem? What is the problem? Why do I need to place 14 different labels on you before I think the labels, this is the thing. Somebody on TikTok posted up a comment, and we've been talking a little bit about, gender and sexuality and stuff. And somebody posted a comment saying, because I said something like, these labels are separating us. They're not. You know what I mean?
Yes. It's not bringing us together.
It's not bringing us together. And she said, well, how is this separating us? Like, what's the separation? And I didn't reply to that comment because I really I sat back a little bit and I thought about it. Like, okay, what is bothering me? Like, why do I feel like this is separating us? And to me, it feels like they're just fences. It's like fences and fences and fences of things that I have to get through to be able to understand you as a person, which is dumb. Yeah. You don't need that. Yeah. I don't need to know what you label yourself as and how you identify to be able to respect you as a person.
Exactly. And what's in your pants and who you want to have sex with. Exactly.
If you are good to me, if you're a good functioning person in society, if you are kind, if you do cool stuff, if you create music, if you create art, if you, whatever your jam is, do your jam. You do you, boo. But I don't think that you need to shove these new ideals down my throat and call me transphobic and call me cis woman and call me labels now. Yeah. Because I'm not 1,000% your rights.
On board with it.
On board with it because it's confusing. It's new. We need time to for it to marinate.
Yes.
And I think on that note, we need to go to a break.
Let's marinate, Bill.
Let's marinate.
Have we marinated, Billy? No matter how I try and get my head wrapped around it all, I just can't.
Some stuff I don't want to.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we're women.
Yeah.
Our thing is about women, right?
Oh, uh-huh.
Do we want to talk about trans women in sports?
Yes, I was going to say, because I have a few little things I want to bring up, and
Let's
that is
talk
one.
about it.
Yes.
Let's go.
You
go because I brought it up. Now you read
Okay.
whatever's on your thing.
Well, not long ago, news.com, so it's
Thanks to a reputable news site.
source, yes, so World Athletics bans transgender women from competing, right? So
Yes, and is that the Olympics as well, or is it?
well, it's for track and field. Let me just read a
Right.
little bit. So transgender women will no longer be allowed to compete in female track and field events, regardless of their levels of testosterone. World Athletics president Sebastian Coe said on Friday. So it's
Good one, Sebastian.
oh, I know, go definitely. So I would think on any track and field event, right? And he said the council has agreed to exclude male or female transgender athletes who have been through male puberty and female
Yes.
blah, blah, blah,
So
blah,
if they transition before puberty, obviously, is still cool.
So that was as of March 31st.
Right.
Now, I agree.
Great. Abso-fucking-lutely.
I like not
Abso-fucking-lutely. I'm sorry.
Billy agree. Oh, that was I love that accent. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
But I'm not about it. I'm not about it. Like, what's the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I've been reading a little bit about it because obviously we'll get to the swimmer in a second, but there
Yes.
was an MMA fighter back in 2013, give or take. Fallon Fox or something. I don't follow MMA. MMA. You know what MMA is?
No.
It's cage fighting.
Oh, right.
MMA, like the fighting, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Put a couple of people in a cage together. There's not really a lot of rules. It's mixed
Right.
martial arts.
Yes.
Right? They had this fucking transgender woman fighting these biological women,
Right.
beating the shit
Yeah.
out of them.
Of course.
Like,
yeah.
beating the shit out of them.
Yeah.
They are putting a man in the same space as a woman. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In all honesty, like, I don't mind how you identify. It's
Yeah.
not a thing to me. No dramas. But on a biological, physical level,
It's got to be fair, especially in a situation when there's competition.
there's fighting. Like,
Yeah. Like that's.
she was knocking women out. Like, she was
Yeah.
knocking people out. Like, it's so bad. And then obviously the swimming. There was a swimmer recently, Leah Thompson. Thomas?
I don't
Thompson.
know. I can't remember.
Leah.
Yeah.
Hey, babe. I don't know if she's still allowed to compete or what's been happening there, but there was recently like a chicky babe that was competing with her.
Uh-huh.
Obviously they were losing because this
Yeah.
is a dude swimming against a bunch of women. Like, no offense,
Yeah.
but let's just call a spade a spade. Women
Yeah.
are not as, whatever as men, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
Our athletic ability
Different.
is
It's
different.
different.
It's just, it's biological. It's
Do we need to go into that?
No.
Science, people, read it.
Exactly.
Go on
It's not-
TikTok about it.
It's and it's not that men are better than us. They're just when you're competing against them,
Physically,
their bodies and their makeups
they're
are
taller,
better.
they're stronger,
Yeah.
they swim faster.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
She's been competing.
Hence why, for how many years, men
We've
have competed against men and women have competed.
Okay, let's get no common sense here, please, Lily. Yeah, and so this poor girl who's come out, I should have all this information. I don't. I think her name is Riley something.
Okay.
She's basically been an advocate after competing with Leah, in whatever competitions, and she's come out saying like, we go into the change rooms and there is a man in there. Like, he's got a
Right.
penis still, and it's like,
Yeah.
we're all getting changed, we're all comfortable. You're forcing us to use the same space
Yeah.
as men who are. We are not comfortable. We don't
Yeah.
feel safe. We're not comfortable. Anyway, so she's been doing these speeches, and just over the weekend, she got accosted by a bunch of like trans activists, yelling and screaming at her, and she said she almost got punched, and she had to get escorted out from security, and she posted up a video, all these people yelling out, "Trans women are women" or something, or "Trans women," something like that, right? So like these trans activists who are obviously very much screaming, kicking and screaming to get into the space and to be acknowledged as women, whilst taking away our right to just be women.
And do you know what? Like to even lessen it down from us just to be women, just to feel comfortable. And it goes both
safe.
ways. Like I get it. Like the transgender woman wants to feel accepted and,
Yes.
included and all that kind of stuff. I get it.
Fair enough.
But if you're not thinking that they're going to rape them or do something bad to them, but like if the other women in the change room feel uncomfortable with it, then that's their prerogative. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like we're allowed to feel uncomfortable with it. It's so new and weird and like in your face, literally at times when, especially if you're in a change room.
Yeah.
That like, how are we supposed to be cool with that?
How do we feel, like, in all honesty?
But even okay, not even safe, but how do you just be like, okay, yeah, she's a woman. She's got a penis flopping around over there. Like, it's just, it's uncomfortable for everyone.
Yes.
And I think everyone needs to understand that it's uncomfortable.
Yes.
And just because those women in the change room felt that way does not mean that they're bad people or thinking bad things towards transgender.
And this is what I'm saying. It almost seems like this is why we're all tiptoeing around this issue, because anytime anybody brings it up, we're being called transphobic.
Yeah, which is not fair.
Which is not fair.
We're just not used to it, and it's so bizarre to us.
But I'm not used to sharing a space with transgendered women in that aspect,
No.
in that respect. I'm not like the,
Yeah.
And I have no problems with my bits. I have no problems with whatever, you know what I mean? Like I don't, yeah.
Do you know what I think the solution is to all of this?
Yes, because I have my own, so go on.
Well, the competing thing, I think it's just you just shouldn't be able to compete. I'm so sorry. Maybe have a whole transgender competition to make it
100%.
fair.
Yep.
Same with the bathrooms and change rooms. Just have
Absolutely.
I don't know. Do you call them non-binary bathrooms? Do you
Just
call them transgender
non-sex,
bathrooms?
whatever. Just
yeah,
have the,
non-binary.
like, you know, those just have like a no sex, whatever. You know, Ally McBeal did it, for God's sake.
Yeah, but that's like
You don't have to call it non-binary, do you? You could just be like,
Well, you could have the sign of
welcome.
the boy and girl.
Yes.
On the sign.
oh, are you allowed to do that?
Or maybe
Put a fish
no.
up there and just be done with it. Well, what is
like
going
a little
to be?
sperm? Because we all started as little sperm.
Right, good
right?
idea. But then people, women wouldn't like that because I want to be a uterus. You know, I don't want to be a
shut
sperm.
up.
I want to
Okay.
be an egg.
So whatever
egg.
the sign is, that's what I was saying. The sperm, because the sperm and the egg. I don't know. This is getting very
I want the
confusing.
egg. How about the sperm going into the egg?
Sure.
And then
Whatever
just-
the fuck is on the plaque on the bathroom door.
We have solutions for you.
It can be you go into the girls' bathroom, you go in the boys' bathroom, or you go into this bathroom.
Sure. Yes.
Because I'm quite sure I
Yeah.
would think if I was a transgender, I would probably feel most comfortable going into a bathroom specifically for me. Not secluding you, not separating you, not saying, ew, we don't want you with us. You go in your own little bathroom. But wouldn't it be a safe space and a comfortable space
No,
for
100%.
everyone?
100%. I don't think that, again, like forcing your way into the space and trying to say that it's your right to be there because you identify as something that, no. And I absolutely agree. That was my solution as well. Give them their own space.
Right? Yeah.
Give them their own space. Give them their own competitions. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely that transgender women and men should be able to compete on a professional level. Absolutely.
Together.
Compete against each other.
Yeah.
No offense, but like you can't change genders halfway and then be like, oh, well, now I'm going to. When have you ever seen a transgender woman competing in track and field?
Yeah. I don't know.
I've never really seen any man doing it either, but like any transgender woman, you know, but I'm just saying like in that respect, like you don't see transgendered men competing in swimming and it being such a big ruckus and being such a big thing and men coming out saying we don't feel safe. You know, like it's not a thing because obviously they don't feel, you know, scared of us like we do.
Well,
I think the fear thing, but I think the fear thing is a real thing. Absolutely.
Really? Interesting.
Because I also think it can be taken advantage of in the sense that like a man could pretend to be a transgender woman and go into bathroom spaces and do freaky shit.
Oh, yeah.
Things like that. You know what I mean? Like I think that safety concern there is real.
But that's separate to the actual community of transgender community. That's just like fuck faces being fuck faces.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like that's like
anyone
that's a
doing
whole
any
yeah. That's like
just
here.
saying.
Okay.
They should have their own space. That's it.
Okay, sorry. I have a head cold. I have mucus, people. Okay. Switching it up because this gets my goat as well.
Oh, here we go.
About trans women, not just women have their period type thing. Okay. I'm going to read it like seriously. Oh my God.
I mean, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, okay. So there's just a post. I'm not going to say who posted the post because there's lots of other people that
somebody posted a post.
Yeah, somebody posted a post. And the headline is people have periods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Women people have periods.
Female people.
And the photo is of multiple trans women? Is that a transgender? See, I guess.
Like, were they meant to?
Yeah, they're men
women?
now women.
Yes. Yep. Go.
With white underwear, with like mock periods, right? So in honor of Transgender Day of Visibility, today we wanted to share the powerful image of From Bleeding Beyond the Binary campaign. That's confusing in itself, but whatever. So a friendly reminder that not all women have periods, and not all people who have periods are women. This is where I feel like
that silence was actually like an actual silence.
I
Like
know,
we don't even know where to start.
And this is where I feel like I'm actually going to be offensive and be a bitch about it.
Come on, Lenny, you have a head cold. It's a free for all.
And mucus.
Let it go.
I just think you can't fuck with science. You have a vagina. You have the female body parts that make you bleed, that give you a period. If you want to identify as a woman, that is cool. Like seriously, hand on heart, that is cool. But you don't fucking have a period. I am sorry. It sounds rude.
No, it sounds like science.
But it's just simple facts.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's because, and I've did a little bit of a shallow dive in about this,
good. Tell me.
because we talked about this a few weeks back. And essentially, once they start going through the transition, they're taking obviously lots of hormones and supplements and stuff, and that can cause bleeding because it replicates something or other in their body. Something, sure. Yeah. Okay.
But is that a period?
That's not, like, can you call that a period?
And do they get that monthly? And will they get it for the 6-7 days? And like, is it like an actual period? And I'm actually genuinely asking. I think that
they genuinely get some, like they get cramps. They get apparently whatever they give them makes like some stuff contract. So it does feel like there's cramping and there's definitely a little bit of bleeding and spotting and stuff like that. So it does happen to an extent.
Okay. Monthly?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know the exact details of it. Obviously, I haven't gone through it myself. No idea. I can tell you what I go through. But what gets me is that, again, this like shoving it down our throat that it needs to be respected as a period. And that now that, you know, transgender women are doing period ads and period, you know, using period products and all this sort of stuff. And again, in our attempt to be inclusive, we're actually being exclusive
of women
who have fucking fought long and hard to even get a little bit of recognition. And now we are still not getting it enough because a bunch of men are trying to say, hey, respect us in your space.
And do you
That's
know
what gets me. And I'm so sorry. I love what Lindsay's saying. Like, I don't mean to be like, I want everybody to be included and loved and all that. But then you need to show us respect as well. That goes both ways.
And I feel maybe it's because I currently have my period right now, and my husband made a really stupid comment to me the other day, and I've been suffering from a head cold. And I feel like men would, and I even said this to you earlier, men can never understand what it's like to go through having your period. Because it's not just you bleed for however many days. Like it's the premenopause, not premenopause, the premenstrual. And then afterwards, like the ovulation, like there's a whole, it's like 3 weeks. Some women have 3 weeks of fucking shit going on in their body.
And then like, it starts again. And then you get one good week and then it starts again. Yes.
But it's, I feel like society, the male society can't even grasp that. No. And now it's being taken away from us.
That's what I'm saying. It's been taken away from us, given to them, and now we have to be the inclusive ones.
Yeah.
My beef is the fact that they keep making it sound like we're not being inclusive because they're being so aggressive with how they want to be included. It's very confusing because obviously we like as a human, not as a woman, as a human, I want to be inclusive of all people. I think everybody has a space on earth, and I think they should be able to be free to be themselves. But then don't be angry at me for being who I am, and then make me. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Don't take it away from us.
Don't take it away from us and then label us and then make us say, change our terminology.
And maybe people, transgender women are like, but we're not, you're getting too defensive for it. And maybe we are. I don't know. But if they're allowed to feel that way, then we should be able to feel that way. It's not that, again, that we're transphobic. It's just,
God, no.
I feel like we're being left in the dust.
That's what I'm saying. Like, far from being transphobic, it makes it like you're either like totally for them or you're transphobic, and there has to be a middle ground. That's not all there is to it.
What about there's just the confused state like us? Okay.
Yes, that's where we are.
Because we're running out of time. Yes. I have to, oh my God. Okay, so I went on Insta last night, and the first thing that popped up, again, the Courier Mail, such a wealth of knowledge. Oh no, it was news.com.
Yeah.
Either or. Same thing. Okay. Babies?
Sounds like rabies. About as effective for society as babies are.
Harsh. So I hadn't, well, no, not really. I hadn't heard this term, and you actually were going to bring this term
it's on my
to
list.
me.
Yes.
I hadn't known it. And 83% of we did a poll on Insta, 83% of our followers did not know it either. So it's parents naming their babies a they be.
Yep.
So raising them gender neutral for them to decide what gender that they are.
Just another silence. Like, what can you say about that?
Do you know what I said? No, you go. You go while I find
No,
my
that's
comment.
it. It's just, it's insanity. It is a complete crisis of society.
I think it's very confusing.
It's
confusing.
I
I think it's grasping at straws. I think it's going too far. And I think it's just making, instead of helping people like Billy and I understand and get our heads wrapped around it, it's actually adding more confusion where we're like, no, this is just too much. Like you guys are going too far type thing.
You're going too far. And also by raising kids gender neutral, why not just raise your kids to be accept your child whatever form they come in? I don't understand this like push for erasing genders.
Yes, I know. Exactly.
Like, why erase something that's there? Why not just say to your kid, you know, the whole thing of raising kids gender neutral, you use neutral colors. You don't give them you don't give girls pink and give boys blue.
I'm down with that.
Who gives a fuck though? Like if my kid wants to buy pink stuff, if she wants to buy blue stuff, if she wants green stuff, if she likes purple, but whatever.
Yeah.
Don't shove colors down your kids' throats, whatever.
Well, this was my comment back to it.
Go on, Lenny.
So I was, nope. I'm all for blue isn't just for blues, etc. But they bees, and then I did a massive eye roll because I do. This is just too far. Maybe if we all stop making it so fucking complicated, our kids wouldn't be so confused. Now, I thought when I put that post up or that comment, I would get a lot of hate back. I didn't.
You didn't. You got a lot of support.
A lot of support.
Yeah.
Again, not because we're transphobic, but I think the message is like, it's just so confusing. Why can't we just love everybody? Just let them be, especially babies. Fucking, you don't like what you said.
So confusing.
Like you have girls, I have girls and a boy, a girl and a boy. I've just let them play with what they want, and they've naturally. Ada's a very girly girl, and my boys are very boys. But if Ada wanted to play with Tonka trucks, I wouldn't care.
I feel like taking their gender away from them
causes more problems.
It causes more problems. It causes more confusion. If your child comes to you and they're grown up and they say, "Mum, I feel different," you say, "Cool."
Or even if they're little.
Sweet.
Even if they're
little.
little.
Exactly. At any point your child comes to you, your job as a parent is to be accepting of them however they come, whatever form they come in. And your job is to teach them to be accepting of everybody in whatever form they come in. The message here isn't let's segregate ourselves further by creating more labels. It's not enough that we have differences in race and sex and colors and this and that. Now you also want to further distance us from each other by creating these really gender confusing terms and then getting angry about it when people aren't respecting that. Mm-hmm. That's what like really, really gets me to the core, because like I'm all for society changing and for society growing and for us getting better. Mm-hmm. But I thought we were going in like a spiritual way where we're like thinking about like, yay, we're all, you know, like bringing us closer to say we're one human race that comes in all sorts of shapes and waves and whatever. Teach our children that shit. Yeah. Don't teach your kids that there is no such thing as gender, so then they can wake up confused and be like, what the fuck is this and what the fuck is that and why is this happening and who am I? And
am I a they? What, like it's, I think parents have an obligation to like guide their children as naturally as possible. And I think a they is the parents dictating to the kids, no, you're going to be confused as fuck when you get older because you're not a boy, even though you have a penis, and you're not a girl, even though you have a vagina. You're a they. You're going to decide later. Like you're
going to decide later. Exactly. Like you said, our job is to introduce them to the world and to guide them through it.
And to be welcoming of everyone.
If this was a they bees world, okay, raise them like that. That's cool. Anyway. Have we, I don't know.
We've pissed so many people off.
What about chest feeders?
I don't know what that is.
Breastfeeding. Chest feeding.
Oh, God, because men that are women now, but they don't have actual breasts, they have chests, and they
That's it. I just wanted to throw that out. That's what they say. Yes.
But does the milk come in?
Men have breast tissue as well, people.
Yeah.
Men have breast too. It's not, the breast is not the specifically female term here that needs to be changed.
Oh, well, then we haven't even talked about the pregnancy thing.
Oh, so much.
So we need to do a part 2 and 3, but I think we get so much hate mail.
I guess we can also like extend our own episode if we wanted to like a
we could, but it's so exhausting.
Yeah, we're exhausted.
It's
yeah,
so exhausting.
Anyway, just be kind to one another.
I was just gonna say we love everyone.
Steal Ellen's thing, right?
Look how that worked out for
Don't be a dick. There.
Right. Good.
With a dick? I don't know. Oh, is a dick? Am I allowed to say that? Don't be a vagina. Don't be
a tadpole.
Don't be a non-binary offensive person. I don't fucking know. Thank you for joining us for this latest episode of One Chats podcast with Bilder and Lindelin. You can find us on our socials on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and you can listen to us on any favorite podcasting app or watch on YouTube.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, review, comment, send us some love. We absolutely love it.
Chat soon. Come on, Lenny. Chat soon.
Chat soon.
Chat soon.
We're not putting this in.
Come on.
Okay, we'll add in chat soon at the end.
Yeah.
Both of us?
Yeah, go
okay.
on.
Chat soon.